When we think of vast colonial empires, the British Empire is often one that springs to mind, but indeed this empire had a very much equally imperialistic sister, the French Empire. What was the legacy of this empire? Why was it important? What were the cultural characteristics? Was it any good? Was it all just a load of evil? From Africa to Cameroon to French Indochina, this is the French Empire. Right, I'll be taking you on a 10-part series, 10 episodes, right from the downfall of Napoleon all the way up to modern day. So 200 years of history, a lot to cover, a lot to crack through. This is the French Empire, and I hope you enjoy this series. As we entered the second part of the 20th century, it actually wasn't all economic boom and glory and imperialism for France. No. There were setbacks, and not just the people living in the colonies. In mainland Europe itself, France and other European powers were seeing a rise of a certain country in the central, Prussia, and this began to be not only a problem for France, but a nuisance. And that's what led to the Franco Prussian War. Sources linked down in the description. Let's begin. The Franco Prussian War lasted from the 19th of July 1870 to the 10th of May 1871, and it was very much the French who kick-started it off almost by accident. They attempted to limit the rise of Prussia and its own dominance by, with the Elms telegram, effectively getting who they wanted on the Spanish throne. However, it basically just made the French look weak and silly, and so France declared war on Germany. The objectives of the war weren't very clear, and the historians are still debating it today. In terms of territory anyway, there was not much territory France was looking to gain in Prussia. It was a loose confederation of states, well, Hanover, Saxony alongside Prussia. It was, like I said, the motives were pretty unclear for what France wanted from this war, apart from quick, short, and ambition, and to basically put Prussia in its place. And Napoleon III was very much happy to start seeing this through. The French army had 2 million soldiers deployed in the war, compared to the Germans' only 1,500,000. However, the Battle of Spitteren, I hope that's how you pronounce it, on the 6th of August 1870 was a German victory, and quite a big blow for the French, as they were outnumbered the Germans about 2.53 to 1 at this battle particularly. And like I said, throughout the war, 2 million French soldiers, 1,500,000 German soldiers. Despite that, nearly over half a million advantaged. By the end of the war, 138,871 French soldiers were killed, compared to Germany's just 44,700. So very much counterweight, and it was very much going badly for the French. However, the French had problems right in the heart in Paris, as on the 4th September 1870, the Third Republic was proclaimed. Another revolution, but this time there wasn't any heads cut off, so it was a win-win, although the guillotine was used until 1977, just thought I'd throw that in there. So with the Franco-Prussian War going terribly, the French ultimately realised that this idea of a short and glorious war was very much dead in the water. And so they did, on the 10th of May 1871, they did conclude the war with the Prussians, and not only did this unify Germany, in the long term, the Germans took Alsace-Lorraine, a section of France, so the French had actually lost some territory, which would only cause much more problems later on down the line, and of course we all know. So the Franco-Prussian War was now over, and many of the world were actually not so much focused on Germany winning. It was more simply the fact that France had lost, and lost so quickly at that. This idea of a short and glorious war was very much dead in the water for France. It proved them that ultimately, with them, they're again, bright blue and red shorts, that although colonizing against people with, sticks and spears without the Industrial Revolution in countries such as Madagascar was proving successful, people who have faced the Industrial Revolution and had firearms, you couldn't beat. So the French did need to modernize their military slightly and their tactics in order to increase more territorial expansion, because it's very much, all well and good colonizing Africa, etc., into China. but if you can't maintain France's borders at home, the whole thing will fall apart and probably go to another European power. However, in terms of territory, the empire itself, what the series is based on, it didn't have too many effects apart from spur on many more French politicians to simply do more colonizing. I mean, if we just take a look at this map here, following Franco Prussian War, there's the territory the French held, so still considerably a lot more than Germany, at least for France's matters. And yeah, millions more would die in the French Empire as the years go on. So yeah, that is episode 3, the Franco Prussian War. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next YouTube video. Goodbye.